Hi guys, I'm at the house on London Loop. As I said, this is a really desirable location. And this is actually, I took videos of another house and mentioned that my kids had lived nearby. My younger son and his wife and children just sold their house about a block from here and built a new home. But they really love the neighborhood over here. They like the schools. And of course, we're very close to JBLM. You can go up I-5 from here. That's the quickest way. I lived right on the other side of the freeway until I retired, and I could be at the Corps headquarters at 5:30 in the morning, literally in 10 or 12 minutes. But if I-5 is jammed up, there's an alternative route going up Mounts Road and in DuPont Gate. So this house is vinyl siding, so the color's the color, can't be repainted. The roof is a 20-year rated roof. It looks like it's got life left in it, but it's definitely been up there for a while. And then this vegetation growing up on the house like this is not very good for a house. It kind of causes moisture to be held up against the house, and I see some, I don't know if you can see that up underneath the eave, there's some decay in the roof sheeting, and that's been caused by those trees up there holding moisture. So if you were to go after this house and we do an inspection, I can just about guarantee there's going to be a roof issue in that corner. There would be the same roof issue for us or anybody else. So that's something that the seller may or may not be aware of, but they're almost certainly going to have to fix. I'm struggling here to get my shoes off, sorry. So the home is vacant and looks to be in pretty good shape. I did a real quick walkthrough before starting the video. So this flooring is a hardwood oak. It is a laminate type flooring, so I think it's got a plywood backing and then an oak veneer. So hall under the stair closet, quite a bit of storage here, and again the access to go under the house is in here. So guest bath, pretty standard stuff, two-piece orange dog with rabbit ears, interesting. So a little bit of a galley kitchen, kind of a tight kitchen. Nice appliances though. This is a very nice Whirlpool fridge, stove, and microwave combo. Oh no, it's a GE stove and micro, but it is a gas stove, and that's kind of nice. I think I mentioned I built a house a few years ago and we put gas in. It hadn't had gas since right after we got married, and we just love it. So these countertops are granite tile, as you can see, and we've got some grout issues here in these grout lines. This granite tiling thing was popular for a while because it was considerably cheaper than a slab. But obviously everybody who looks at it says, oh yeah, they put that in because it's considerably cheaper than a slab. So at some point you may decide to pull that out and put granite in. And full up granite in here, you'd probably be looking at $2,500 or $3,000 to do a granite and then a nice 6 or 8 inch backsplash. So kind of semi-formal dining here off the kitchen. And then this strip of green belt back here, my kids actually backed up to the other side of this, and there's a seasonal creek down in there, and it gets kind of wet, and I think that's why it hasn't been developed. I don't think it's developable because of how wet it is back there, but the more money, the more people work to come up with solutions for stuff like that so that they can develop it. So it is kind of hit and miss. Not a bad little backyard, not huge by any stretch, and they certainly haven't taken very good care of the grass. So, and a little side strip here. Looks like a relatively new heat pump or central AC. I think I've mentioned in previous videos that those have, in the last couple of years, it has gotten warmer here. It's like our weather patterns on the West Coast have shifted to the north, and we're getting a lot of California weather. Our weather's going up into Canada. So anyway, in the last few years, a lot of people have been adding air conditioners. I'm holding the camera up here because of those plants growing out of the gutter. That tells me that nobody has been up there and maintained this roof in a long time. And again, not necessarily a bad thing, but very good possibility that an inspector will get up there and find issues that we would then have to go back and renegotiate with the seller for repair or whatever. So, trying not to be too jerky here. So I'm back in. Let me kind of reorient you. Dining room, kitchen. I'm going to say formal living. And take a look in the garage. Pretty standard. You've got some sort of a closet here, storage. Oh, this is the furnace and water heater in here. And I'm sure they're original to the home. Kind of a little kick out here that gives you a small amount of additional room. Little overhead storage up above the doors. That's become pretty common. And the panel is pretty full. So if you wanted to add, if you wanted to run a welder in here or any other large power tools, that sort of thing, and you needed additional power, you'd have to probably put in a sub panel for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and head upstairs. Things look to be in pretty good shape. Few little dents like this, but nothing major. Very few holes in the walls from hangings and that sort of thing. A little bit of dents and dings from the vacuum cleaner. And I don't know if you've heard, I'm sure you've heard about this smoke we have here. I don't know if you can really see it looking through the window like that, but we've been here quite a few years. I've sent soldiers out on firefighting details before and that kind of thing, but boy, we've never seen anything quite like this. This is, I quit smoking 20 years ago. And I'm feeling like I did when I smoked. It's pretty crazy. So, upstairs bath. Single sink. I've never been a big proponent of the double sink in the upstairs community bathroom, because by the time kids are 4 or 5, they won't go in the bathroom together anyway. In the master bedroom, that's another story. I think it's nice to have 2 sinks and two spaces that you can take over as your own. Pretty typical size laundry, no sink, and enough room for a couple machines, and that's about it. And then the master, big master. I'm going to say this is probably 18 by 20 feet. A little bit of issue here with the carpet and a monster closet. Oh wow, very large closet. It's a little issue here with this seam. Other than that, the carpets throughout look real good. Some built-in shelving, alarm system, Cat 5, and like I said, just a very large closet. Regarding the alarm system, a lot of these companies will offer you something to just basically turn on the old system that's in the house. They offer you an incentive to do that. If you refuse, then they start offering you other incentives like new equipment and cameras and all those sorts of things. So I really recommend if you want an alarm, I really recommend that you kind of play the alarm company. Our kids, older kids this time, I'm looking for the light switch, ended up going back to Comcast for their security system, and Comcast gave them, this is a ceramic tile countertop, so white, almost like a subway tile. It's not unattractive, but of course the grout lines get dirty and require maintenance and that sort of stuff. So, anyway, so they went back to Comcast and got one heck of a deal. They pay $180 a month or something. Internet, TV, security system, 2 or 3 cameras, maybe 4 cameras, a big bundle for a really, really good price. I was quite impressed. So, I'm looking up at the ceiling here. I thought we had what's called truss lift, which is separation of that seam up at that top edge, but this is actually paint. So this bathroom was brown, probably the color of that out there. And they've come back and painted it white. And they made an awful lot of effort to cut that edge in and leave that little brown strip. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyhow, I'm not seeing any fatal flaws here. It's a nice house. It is kind of a dense neighborhood. Not a lot of parking. You see a lot of on-street parking going on. Very, very close to the freeway. Very, very close to JBLM. Good schools in the area and that sort of thing. So yeah, nice house. I'll get this video over to you. I believe the listing said they're not going to look at offers until the 14th, which I believe is Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, Monday. Of course, they don't necessarily have to stick to that. So if you guys do want to make an offer, we should probably get it done. Anyhow, I will call me with any questions about the place, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'm just kind of running my mouth and looking for light switches to turn off. Talk to you soon. Thank you.